and a multiple stage winner. But Chef, over the past 18 months or so, Mr. Perfect hasn't been his usual perfect self.
No, we've seen a couple of kinks in his armor, if you will, but I am very hopeful that he's going to shoot really well, judging by the team match that we saw earlier today. We saw him out here this morning, and he was very convincing in his shooting. And I mean, nothing against the Korean, but I'm hoping that Mike will show his true self again on the finals venue.
If you haven't worked it out, Chef Vandenberg is a former Dutch international archer, an Olympic archer at that. So I don't think we can hold too much against him being a little bit impartial in this one. We'll try, but we won't hold too much against him. Start from Yang, though. I mean, it's all well and good talking about Mr. Perfect. He's shooting back at his very top form, but Yang, another athlete that I don't know huge amounts about, has also buried it into the 10 ring himself.
Yeah, he's well, he's in the top 4 for a reason. He's being guided by Rio Wild, world record holder, former stage winner in Shanghai as well. So
it's just
always very good.
Yeah, well, Chris Schaaf's a name we know very well. Yeah. Start of the second. Mikey Schloesser level with Yang Jae-won.
10, shoot.
So interesting comparison here again, talking about face contact. Mikey has relatively light face contact, only just on the side of his mouth or cheek. But if you look at the Korean archer, if you look at Yang Jae-won, he has quite a deep crease in his face, and he's anchoring on the side of his nose rather than the point of his nose. You can see that Mike is using the point of his nose, but he needs to lean back his head a bit. But it suits his anchor style as well. So it kind of it looks relaxed, and Yang Jae-won is more upright and more almost recurve-esque. Typically his well, quote-unquote issues happen more towards the end of the match.
Well, he's opened up a 1-point lead here as we go into the third end. This is a test of the resilience of the Korean, shooting a second consecutive 9.
Bit of an anecdote here. A clubmate of mine once described Mikey's shooting as when Mikey is shooting, it looks more comfortable than when I am sitting on my couch. Just the way that he's standing there aiming and just like leaning back slightly and like his head is leaning back slightly. It just all looks so comfortable and relaxed that my clubmate's like, I feel like he's more comfortable standing there than I am sitting on my couch right now.
Does your friend also get tired watching a marathon?
Probably, yeah. I think he has that level of empathy, yeah.
But it is an interesting point, isn't it, that he does look so composed when he's at his absolute best. It looks like he's making it look easy.
Yeah, as if it's not any effort to shoot his bow. But as a matter of fact,
he must have.
Well, he's built it up over time, so it's not like he just one day thought, oh, let's throw a bunch of weight on my bow. He's kind of gradually put more weight on his bow, and this is where he settled.
A metaphor for the match, in fact, because he's gradually built up a 3-point lead coming into the fourth end here, and it's another 9 from Yang.
10, shoot.
7 in a row for Mike Schloesser.
I feel like Yang is just kind of chasing the middle. He hasn't really found it yet. And it's one of those things where if you're hitting a couple good 10s after each other, you know, like, okay, I'm good. My sights set at the correct setting. My shots are good, so I can just keep going like this. But if you don't find that, then it's very difficult to get into that groove or that flow. Started with those 2 X's, but shot a 9 right after.
We go into the 5th, and that arrow was marked up the second one for Yang, so a 4-point deficit from him, but into the 10, that's all he can do to put some pressure on Mike Schloesser.
Funnily enough, but this is mostly for the archery nerds among us, the way of getting into anchor that Yang J1 does is very similar to what Peter Elzinga used to do. So kind of coming from the side and twisting his head a bit to get into anchor. So if you're interested, you can look up videos after this live stream, obviously, of Peter Elzinga shooting, and you'll see what I mean.
Elzinga, of course, standing behind Mikey Schloesser, coaching here.
That's the ironic part.
Well, it was never in doubt from the first arrow of the second end. Mikey Schloesser has not been out of the centre of the target, and I think I can say it now, it looks like Mr. Perfect is